This is BBC Two, where only the best will do.
Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen are 4 contestants who'll be hoping their knowledge is flawless, because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello and welcome to the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, one of them will be randomly selected to join me here to play perfection. They'll then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said Ben Affleck has won an Oscar, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
Hiya, I'm Mel. I'm a staff nurse from Nottingham, and this is my first game.
Hello, I'm Brian. I'm a semi-retired engineer. I'm from Wigan, and this is my second game.
Hi, I'm Pete. I'm a retailer from Weston-super-Mare, and this is my third game.
Hi, I'm Guy. I'm a web producer from South London, and this is my 11th game.
Welcome to you all, especially Mel, who's new to the game. Looking forward to playing?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Good general knowledge?
Fair to mid, I'd say.
Fair to mid.
Yeah.
And how many games is it now, Guy?
I think this is the 11th.
11th?
So we're in double digits, and I'm pretty excited about it.
That's absolutely extraordinary, isn't it? Welcome to you all, and best of luck, as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked. And can we just check, Guy's name is in the random generator, is it? Yes, it is. Good. OK, we'll be randomly picked to play perfection. Hey, Guy! It's you. You've been chosen. Please come and play perfection. Guy, welcome to the game. It's nice to have you out here finally.
It's wonderful to make it out here. I think, you know, after 10 games in the booth, I've enjoyed it. You know, I've seen all there is to see. OK,
well, look, Guy, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. In fact, you were their captain for a long time. Now they are your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund, because your failure will mean the prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. Every game on perfection is worth £1,000. Here's the good news. Nobody's won the last game, so the prize fund currently stands at £2,000. Not bad. Not bad at all. You've seen bigger amounts of money go past
I have,
and be won.
unfortunately. I enjoyed watching it go up, but not so much go back down.
So what would you do with £2,000 if you won it?
My girlfriend's got this kind of subclinical obsession with kind of tacky things. So we like to go to Vegas.
Oh, right.
But if I have to give a lot of it away in the end game, then we're looking at Blackpool instead.
Right, so that's the thing. Vegas, Blackpool, depending on how you do. All right, well, look, good luck. Here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final that much harder for you. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything. Guy, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
OK.
Each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only get 45 seconds. Once you've given your first answer, it'll be locked in, OK?
OK.
Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. Pontefract cakes are usually served with cream.
Pontefract cakes. I think it's from Wales or something like that. I think they're quite stodgy. Cream, yes, true.
True. Christopher Biggins appeared in Porridge.
I don't think that's true, so false.
False. The Potteries are an area in southwest England.
That's false, though, in the north, I think.
And finally, the art of making fireworks is called pyrotechnics.
I know that's true.
True. And with time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. How does it feel being down here?
It's a lot harder, because in the booth you only have to be good, but out here you have to be perfect, as they say, so that's a lot harder.
Exactly right. Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Guy's answers. Mel, how's he done?
I think he's done all right. I think he's got B wrong, though. I remember Christopher Biggins being in Porridge. I don't know why I remember that, but I think I do.
Brian, has he achieved perfection?
No, I don't think he has. Pontefract cakes are little licorice discs, and you don't serve them with cream.
OK. Well, Guy, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. Guy, unfortunately, you didn't manage perfection, and you were muttering under your breath, 2, even as you went into it.
They seemed like they knew, didn't they, when it came up, so...
Yeah, well, you've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects. You can see Guy's answers. You need to change 2 of them. Which 2 are you going to change?
The potteries are in that's Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah, Stoke-on-Trent.
That's West Midlands, miles off from there.
Fireworks
so
and
these are out
pyrotechnics.
Well,
That's right.
the making of fireworks, pyrotechnics, or the letting off of fireworks,
Oh, the making.
pyrotechnics.
No,
Fireworks
making.
as well, yeah.
I think A and B.
So, Pete?
We'd like to change A to false, please,
A changes from true to false.
and B from false to true.
B from false to true, leaving C and D as Guy originally answered. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Pontefract cakes are usually served with cream. True or false? It is false. You're quite right. They are little licorice discs, so you wouldn't eat them with cream. Christopher Biggins appeared in Porridge. Is that true or false? Yes, he did. Anyone remember his character?
Lukewarm.
Exactly right, Pete. His name was Lukewarm. The Potteries are an area in southwest England. True or false? False. They're in an area surrounding Stoke. And finally, and you know where this is going now, don't you? The art of making fireworks is called pyrotechnics. True or false? Yep, it's true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Guy, they've succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round, I'm afraid. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Guy's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final. And here's how. Guy, this is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Behind each category will be a true or false statement, and you'll need to correctly answer all 6 to win the prize fund. So you need perfect play. Here are your final round categories, running through distances, motor racing, clock changes, Australia Airlines and several others in between. If you had won that round, you would have the opportunity of adding 2 categories of your choice to the board, but because, usual suspects, you stole the round, you'll get the chance to add the 2 categories, hoping to make the final harder for Guy to win. Usual suspects, which 2 would you like Guy to play in the final?
Do you think he'd have any knowledge of Zorro at all?
I was thinking Zorro.
So should we put Zorro in?
Yeah.
Zorro goes across into the final. Thank you.
What about motor racing?
Motor racing, yes.
Yeah, go with that then.
Yeah, we'll go with motor racing, please.
Lovely, thank you very much. Motor racing goes across into the final as well. Well done, usual suspects. You won the first round. It's time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 2. And away they go. Guy, with the usual suspects gone, what do you think of their choices? Zorro?
I mean, it's the guy with the Z, right? But motor racing, again, I'm not a huge fan. It will have to be something I picked up by kind of osmosis. OK, well, Guy, look, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final. Shall we move on? Yeah.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. The Taj Mahal was built in the 1600s.
Taj Mahal. It took them a long time to build. False.
False. PhD stands for Doctor of Psychology.
That's false.
False. Madder is a plant used to make blue dyes.
Madder. Blue. False.
False. And finally, the lakeside in Frimley Green is a darts venue.
I think that's true.
True. And with a little bit of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Was that a better round?
I wouldn't say it was a great round, no. But optimistic, what can I say?
Optimistic. Good, OK. Well, look, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Guy's answers. Pete, has he achieved perfection?
Nigh on, except there's one I don't really know the answer to, and that's the Madder one, the C. But I think the others are right.
Brian, is he right?
No, I think he's wrong. The Taj Mahal has been up a long time. I think it was built in the 1600s.
OK, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Close, but not close enough. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game again. The usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Guy's answers. You need to change one of them. Which one?
Well, it was built pretty early, the Taj Mahal. I know it's been up a long time. Well, it's up to you. And
I'm not sure about that Madder one. We'll go for C, please, Nick.
Changing C from false to true.
Yes, please.
A, B and D remain as Guy first answered. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. The Taj Mahal was built in the 1600s. Is that true or false? No. It's true. Yeah, you have failed to achieve perfection, usual suspects. I wonder whether you've achieved perfection at home. Let's continue through and find out, shall we? PhD stands for Doctor of Psychology. Is that true or false? It is false. Doctor of Philosophy, historically. Madder is a plant used to make blue dyes. Is that true or false? It's false. It's used to make red and pink dyes. And finally, the lakeside in Frimley Green is a darts venue. True or false? Yep, it's true. Let's have a look at the board. 2 subjects chosen on there already. Zorro and motor racing, chosen by the usual suspects. Guy, because neither side won the round, those 2 categories that were due to be chosen will now be carried over to the next round, meaning 4 categories will be on offer. Usual suspects, I'm going to switch you off. We'll see you in round 3. And away they go. Now that they can't hear us, what do you not like on that board? I'm
not going to be huge on soap operas. I think I could do airlines. I feel optimistic about that one.
All right. Well, if you're ready, let's play round 3. 45 seconds starts now. Mary Quant invented the polo neck sweater.
Did she? What was she doing? Polo neck sweater. 50-50. False.
False. Calcium and cadmium have the same chemical symbol.
False. Nothing has the same chemical symbol.
False. Willie Nelson wrote Patsy Cline's hit Crazy.
It's got the air of plausibility. True.
True. And finally, Back to Basics was a new Labour initiative.
That's got to be false.
False. And well managed on the time. You had a little bit left. But you've answered all 4 statements. Now you felt more comfortable with that, yes?
B and D I feel OK about. Mary Quant, though, I'm not sure what she's famous for.
Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Guy's answers. Pete, has he achieved perfection?
I know Mary Quant was a fashion designer in the 60s. Whether she invented the polo sweater or not, I don't know.
Mel, how's he done?
I think he's got it, actually. I think he's got perfection.
Well, Guy, here's the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 correctly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct.
Very nice.
Congratulations, Guy. You've achieved perfection. That's what the game's all about. Let's have a look at those answers in more detail, shall we? Mary Quant invented the polo neck sweater. True or false? Obviously, we now know that it's false. All red-blooded males owe her a debt of gratitude. She invented the miniskirt. Calcium and cadmium have the same chemical symbols. True or false? We know that that's false. Calcium Ca, cadmium Cd. Willie Nelson wrote Patsy Cline's hit Crazy. True or false? We now know that's true. And Back to Basics was a new Labour initiative. No, it wasn't. It began in the John Major speech at a Conservative Party conference. Well, bad luck, guys. You did very well there, didn't he?
Yes, you did.
Very well.
Very good. So, guys, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund that much easier. Let's have a look at your final board. 2 subject categories already on there. Zorro motor racing, chosen by the usual suspects. But because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the next 4 categories. 2 from this round and 2 that rolled over from the previous round. So, which 4 would you like to play in the final?
I'm going to choose Australia.
Australia.
Musicals.
Musicals.
Airlines.
Airlines. And 1 more.
I'm going to choose spiders.
Spiders goes across. So we now know our 6 final categories. They are Zorro, motor racing, Australia, musicals, airlines, and spiders. It's time to switch off the usual suspects for the last time. Cheerio. And away they go. Right. It's time to play the final. Guy, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £2,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, because one of them could be playing for a rollover of £3,000 on the next game. Let's play the final round. Guy, here are your final 6 categories. Zorro, motor racing, Australia, musicals, airlines and spiders. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £2,000. Think carefully, there's no time limit. But once you've given an answer, your first answer, it will be locked in. Ready?
OK.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Zorro. Zorro was created by the writer Dashiell Hammett.
Off the top of my head, I don't know it. I'm going to guess. And my guess is going to be false.
False. Motor racing. The British Grand Prix has been held at Aintree.
Aintree, I believe, is a horse racing place, so it would be a rather muddy and not terribly safe Grand Prix. I'm going to say that's false.
False. Australia. A billabong is an Australian bird.
A billabong is in a song, and I think it's something you camp around, which makes me think it's either something you could carry water in or just kind of like an oasis, I think. So that's false as well.
False. Musicals. Happy Talk is a song from South Pacific.
You can hear American accent singing it, although I can't really think about how it goes. I don't know what South Pacific is or what it's about, although I can't help but imagine it's something to do with a boat. True.
True. Airlines. SAS is the national airline of the Netherlands.
I think the Dutch airline is KLM, so I think it's false.
False. And spiders. Female black widows are known to eat their mates.
They're called black widows because they're widows, because they will get a little fruity with a man spider and then rip his head off, I think, is what they actually do. So that's true.
True. Thank you. Guy, those answers are locked in. Remember, if there is one single mistake, you leave with nothing. That was interesting, listening to you reason things through.
It's only A and D that I just don't know.
OK, well, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Guy's answers. Guy, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Guy has done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. Guy, who would you like to hear from first?
I'm going to speak to Mel first.
Hiya, Guy.
Hi. I know quite a few of the answers on here are right.
I'm not going to help you, I'm sorry. I don't think I'd be any good to you on these questions. So, sorry, I'll leave it to you, all right?
On that note, I'll speak to Brian.
I think you should go for the limelight. You deserve it after the time you've been in here. I think you've done very well.
Pete?
I think you're almost perfect. There's just one that I wouldn't care to answer.
Would you have guessed differently to what I said?
I wouldn't know what to guess, to tell you the truth.
OK. It would just be 50-50 for you.
50-50, yeah.
I get the impression they're not going to come down for any amount of money, and you don't necessarily need them. It's because it's your choice. You may need them, you may not.
They don't seem any use at all, do they?
£2,000 you've got to play with here. What do you think?
Not the brightest set of crayons in the box today. I'm going to just stay and see what happens.
OK, Guy, negotiations are over, and you've decided to go it alone. £2,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. How should we go about this? Shall we start at the bottom and make our way up?
Let's go in that
But also,
order,
you chose the bottom 4 subjects and they chose the top 2. So
yeah, OK, these are my ones.
Let's do yours first, shall we?
Uh-huh.
OK, starting at the bottom then. Female black widows are known to eat their mates. You were fairly convinced on this one. Mm-hmm. So you said true.
Yep.
Be nice if it turned green for you and we get off to a flying start. Is it true or false? It is true. Good start, well done. SAS is the national airline of the Netherlands. You thought it wasn't the Netherlands. You did this one to turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. A Actually, SAS is the Scandinavian airline system, and it's the flag carrier for Sweden, Norway and Denmark. D, Happy Talk is a song from South Pacific. You had a really original way of thinking about this. You could hear American accents.
Yeah.
South Pacific must be something to do with America. You imagine people on boats for some reason. You need this to turn green. True or false? It's true. What doesn't Hammerstein? 3 out of 6. You're halfway to the £2,000. A billabong is an Australian bird. You remember the song where people sat round it?
Down by the billabong. Yeah.
So you said false. If you're going to continue on your merry way, it's got to turn red. The billabong is an Australian bird. True or false?
Yes.
False. It's not an Australian bird. It is, in fact, a stagnant pool. OK, so now we get to the two that were chosen by the usual suspects to try and trip you up. What you got was the British Grand Prix has been held at Aintree. If this turns red, you'll be just one away from the £2,000. If it turns green, you walk away from here with nothing. Is it true or false? It's true. In actual fact, it alternated between Silverstone and Aintree.
No, really?
Yeah, it's 55 to 62. So I'm afraid you have failed to achieve perfection, and it means you're going home with no cash. You want to find out about Zorro?
Yeah.
OK, Zorro was created by the writer Dashiell Hammett. Now, you don't know Zorro. You don't know Dashiell Hammett. But you went for false. Let's find out, shall we? Zorro was created by the writer Dashiell Hammett. Is that true or false? It is false. You were right.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Johnston McCulley is the person. You heard of him?
No.
God, look at that. 1 out. 1 out. And it was one of the ones chosen by the usual suspects that tripped you up. Usual suspects, that's good work by you and good news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £3,000.
Sorry, Guy.
Well, Guy, you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing. Apart from our thanks for being a fantastic contestant throughout. You've been very entertaining, and you look like you've enjoyed yourself all the time as well.
It's been a pleasure. A long and enjoyable pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Guy. It's now time to meet the next usual suspect, hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name's Barbara and I'm a retired teacher from Purton near Swindon.
Hello, Barbara. Welcome. Teacher. Well, you must know everything about everything, mustn't you, really?
Well, it was a long time ago, so I think I've had time to forget it.
Looking at the people next to you, what do you reckon on them?
Oh, well, they look very clever to me, so I'm going to glean as much knowledge from them as I can while I'm here.
Well, you've got to weigh them up, that's the trick. OK, best of luck to all of you as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play perfection. Brian, it's you that's been chosen. Please come and play perfection. Brian, welcome to the game.
Hello.
You enjoyed yourself so far?
I have.
You're not much of a smiler, though, are you? Has anyone said that to you before?
Very often.
Oh, really? OK.
I even have a nickname on the bowling team, I don't...
What's the nickname?
Grumbling.
Grumbling Brian.
Yeah, that's what they say, yeah.
OK, well, look, I hope you're not grumbling at the end of this. Brian, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. Now they're your enemies. Here's the good news. As nobody has won for the past 2 games, the prize fund currently stands at £3,000.
That'll do nicely.
That would do nicely, wouldn't it? What are you going to spend it on if you win?
Well, we need some home improvements. We need a new kitchen, so that'll be the main priority.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You going to do it yourself?
I was hoping you'd come and do it for me.
Trust me, the last person you'd want doing it is me. My team? Yeah, not me. OK. 3 rounds and a final to come. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now so you can't see or hear anything. And away they go. Brian, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge, OK?
Yeah, fine.
You ready?
I'm fine, yeah.
Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. Dara O'Brien hosts Stop the Week.
It's Mock the Week, isn't it? So that's false.
False. Russian Blue is a breed of domestic cat.
I'll say false for that.
False.
Yeah.
Big Ben is known as the old lady of Threadneedle Street.
No, that's the Bank of England, so that's false.
False. And finally, in Germany, Bratwurst means child's portion.
I wouldn't think so. It's a rather long sausage, so I'll go false again for that.
False. And with plenty of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. That sounded like a good round for you. What do you think?
I think I'm a bit dodgy about that Russian blue now, being a cat.
You're a cat man yourself?
Persian blue. Oh, we used to have one, a little cat called China. She went out one night, we never saw her again.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What a nice little story that was to share with us. Thanks very much.
I just went out one night and I'm like, she never come back.
No. You wonder why you got your nickname, though, don't you?
No, not really.
Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Brian's answers. Barbara, how's he done?
Well, he's definitely wrong on B. Russian blue is a breed of domestic cats. I'm not sure about A.
All right, well, Brian, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you've got correct. 3 out of 4, not bad, but not quite good enough.
I wonder which one that could be.
Yeah, as you haven't achieved perfection, you've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Brian's answers. You need to change just one.
Well, we all agreed with
Probably
B.
B, yeah.
Yeah. B, please, Nick. And we'd like to change it from false to true.
Lovely, thank you very much. Leaving A, C and D as originally answered by Brian. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Dara Ó Briain hosts Stop the Week. True or false? It's false. It is Mock the Week. Russian blue is a breed of domestic cat. True or false? Barbara, you're right, it is true. So you know where this is going now, don't you? Big Ben is known as the old lady of Threadneedle Street. True or false? It is, of course, false. It is the nickname of the Bank of England. And finally, in Germany, Bratwurst means child's portion. That, too, is false. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. It actually just means meat sausage, Brian. They managed to succeed where you failed, and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Brian's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final, and here's how. Here are your final round categories, starting with film comedies ranging through Morse Code, 80s films, 2010 World Cup and TV chefs and a lot of others in between. Because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they choose the 2 categories, hoping to make the final that much harder for you to win. Usual suspects, which 2 would you like Brian to play in the final?
Pop divas?
Yeah.
Yes,
Pop
he's
divas,
not likely to know a lot about pop
wouldn't
divas, is he?
have thought so.
No.
So that one going in?
Yeah, pop divas, please,
Thank
Nick.
you. Pop Divas becomes the first. And the second?
Scottish politics could be a tricky one. Shall we go for Scottish
Yes,
politics, ladies?
yes, yeah.
Scottish politics, please, Nick.
Thank you. Scottish politics goes across. Well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. It's time to switch you off, and we'll see you in round 2. And away they go. Brian, with the usual suspects gone, what do you think of their choices? Pop Divas?
Pop divas, I know a few pop divas, but depends what era.
Scottish politics?
No, I would not have picked that.
So what do you really fancy in there? What do you like the look of?
All the sport, the horse racing, 2010 World Cup.
All right. Well, Brian, it's only the first round. You still have 2 more rounds to find perfection and choose your own categories for the final.
Yep.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Our centipedes can have more than 100 legs.
True.
True. The Soviet leader Lenin died in the 1950s.
No, was it him or Stalin? I think it's true. I think it's around 1954. True.
True. Skiffle is a traditional bowling game played in pubs.
No, that's Skittles. That's false.
False. And finally, poltroon is a breed of turkey.
No, false.
False.
Yeah.
What do you think of that round then, Brian? You've answered all 4 in the time.
Yep. I think I'm all right with that one. I've never heard of a poltroon, so that was a guess.
All right. Well, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Brian's answers. Mel, has he achieved perfection?
I don't think so. I'm not sure about A. I think it's a millipede that's got loads of legs, not centipede.
Pete?
I'm not sure about D. Otherwise, I think he's pretty perfect.
Let's ask the school teacher. Barbara, has he achieved perfection? Marks out of 10.
I thought Lenin died before the 1950s.
Ah, well, it's the moment of truth, Brian. Let's find out how many are correct. Ooh, close, but no cigar, and it means that you failed to achieve perfection, which also means you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Brian's answers. You need to change one.
Well, ladies, I think we know it's either A or D. What do you think, Mel?
I'm sure a centipede. I remember picking them up as a kid. I don't think they have that many legs.
No, they don't.
It's a millipede. They've got loads of legs.
Yes, I think you're right there.
It's going to be A. We're going to change it from true to false.
A changed from true to false, leaving B, C and D as Brian first answered. The usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Centipedes can have more than 100 legs. Is that true or false? It's true. Oh dear, usual suspects. You had the chance to steal the round from Brian, but you failed to achieve perfection. I wonder how you're doing at home. Can you still achieve perfection? Let's run through the answers and find out, shall we? The Soviet leader Lenin died in the 1950s. Is that true or false? Yep, it's false.
Anyway.
Barbara, when did you think it was?
Well, I thought he died in the 20s.
1924. You said it and then never mentioned it again. Skiffle is a traditional bowling game played in pubs. True or false? It is, of course, false. It's a type of folk music. And poltroon is a breed of turkey. True or false? And we know that to be false. It's an old word meaning wretched coward. Either way, usual suspects. You failed. Had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to make Brian's chances of winning the prize run much harder in the final. Let's have a look at the board. And there are 2 subject categories on there chosen by you so far. But, Brian, because neither side won the round, the 2 categories that were due to be chosen will now be carried over to the next round, meaning 4 categories will be on offer. The usual suspects, I'm going to switch you off, but we'll see you in round 3. If you're ready,
Yep.
we'll play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. The Duke of Wellington was once Prime Minister.
No, I don't think he ever was. False.
False. West Ham United play football at the Bowling Ground.
Well, they play at Upton Park, but I'd say that's false.
False.
Yeah.
Bridge is always a card game for 2 players.
No, that's false. They can play with more than 2.
False.
Yeah.
Zebras are native to South America.
No, that's South Africa. That's false.
False. With a little bit of time left, Brian, you've answered all 4 statements. What did you make of them?
I think they're all right. I know it was West Ham played Upton Park, but has it got another name?
Well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. Pete, has he achieved perfection?
I don't think so. I think he's 75% right. I don't think D is right.
Barbara?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but I think C and D are right. And I'm not sure enough of the top 2.
All right, well, the moment of truth, Brian. Let's find out how many are correct. Just 2. You didn't manage perfection,
Nope.
and that means you've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Brian's answers. You need to change 2 of them.
Zebras are African.
Well, they are in Africa. They're in South Africa now, aren't they?
South
I
Africa.
thought so,
Yeah.
yeah.
But are they native to them?
Does anybody play bridge?
You play it in 4s. It's
It's
2
more,
against
isn't
2.
Of course, a card game for 2 players.
Where does West Ham play that?
They play at the
Is it Upton? No.
Upton Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, C and D. It could be.
Need an answer from you, I'm afraid.
OK, well, we'd like to change C to true
C to true
and D to true, please.
and D to true. Leaving A and B as answered by Brian. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. The Duke of Wellington was once Prime Minister. True or false? It's true. 2 years from 1828. So, usual suspects, you have failed to achieve perfection. Well, well, well. West Ham United play football at the Bowling Ground. Is that true or false? It's true. It's often referred to as Upton Park, but its actual name is the Bowling Ground. OK, bridge is always a card game for 2 players. True or false? It's false. It is 4. Zebras are native to South America. True or false? only to Africa, so I'm afraid Usual Suspects. Had you achieved perfection, you would now have the opportunity to make Brian's chances of winning the prize fund much harder in the final. Let's have a look at the board. Only 2 on there, both chosen by the Usual Suspects. Nobody managed to win round 3, meaning we have 4 blank spaces still to be filled. To fill those blank spaces, you'll take it in turns to choose a category. Brian, as the single player, you get to choose first. Which category would you add?
Horse racing, please.
Horse racing goes across as the 3rd one. Usual Suspects. Your turn. What would you like?
Celebrities, please, Nick.
Celebrities. Brian, your turn again.
2010 World Cup.
2010 World Cup. And finally, Usual Suspects, the 6th category in the final.
Business, please, Nick.
Business goes across. We now know our 6 final categories. They are pop divas, Scottish politics, horse racing, celebrities, 2010 World Cup and business. Usual Suspects, it's time to switch you off for the final time. And away they go. OK, look, Brian, there's £3,000 at stake here. It'd be nice to walk away with that, wouldn't it?
It would, yeah.
It's time to play the final. Brian, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £3,000. That sounds nice, doesn't it?
It does.
Lovely. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing.
Zilch.
You can't get a kitchen with that. So, if you're ready, let's play the final round. Brian, here are your final 6 categories. They are pop divas, Scottish politics, horse racing, celebrities, 2010 World Cup and business. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £3,000. Think carefully. No time limit.
Yeah.
But once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in, yeah?
Yeah, fine.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Pop divas. Poker Face was a UK #1 hit for Lady Gaga.
Did it get to #1? True.
True.
Yeah.
Scottish politics. Stormont is the home to the Scottish Parliament.
Stormont's in Northern Ireland, so that's false.
False. You're on to one of your categories now. Horse racing. Sandown Park Racecourse is on the Isle of Wight.
Sandown's on the Isle of Wight, but Sandown Park Racecourse isn't. It's on the mainland. False.
False. Celebrities. Vic Reeves was once married to Ulrika Johnson.
She's on his show, Shooting Stars, but they were never married. False.
False. 2010 World Cup. England only scored 2 goals at the 2010 World Cup.
That's a tricky one. I know they didn't score so many. I'll say true.
True. And finally, business. Alan Sugar is a former owner of Harrods.
No, Alan Sugar's never been the owner of Harrods. I'll say false for that.
False.
Yeah.
Brian, those answers are now locked in. Remember, if there is one single mistake, you leave with nothing.
Yep.
Which ones are you unsure of?
Just wondering if Poker Face did get to know. I'm sure she did, Lady Gaga, because she's a big international star now, isn't she? I know England didn't score so many goals. I think it's 2. Well, we'll see.
All right, let's bring back the Usual Suspects to see what they've got to say. Usual Suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Brian's answers. Brian, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the Usual Suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. So, Brian, who would you like to hear from first?
I'll ask Barbara first.
Barbara.
I think there are 2 wrong there, but I'm not very sure, so I'm not really much help to you.
I'll move along to Mel.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to help you. I'm sorry. I know a couple of them, but I'm not 100% on the others, so I'm not going to risk it because it's my only chance. Sorry.
And Pete?
I think you've got perfection, Brian. I think it's your opportunity to walk away with £3,000. You don't have to give us anything.
Wow.
Sounds awful, doesn't it?
Well, they're not offering any help either way. So you're on your own. You happy with that?
Yeah, if I fall, I fall flat on my face myself. So I'll go
6
for it.
answers away. So who is it wants the kitchen? Is it you?
Diane.
Diane wants the kitchen.
New kitchen.
Right. £3,000 at stake here. A kitchen for your Diane at stake here.
Yep.
Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. If the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Right, you've identified two that you were uncomfortable with. Poker Face was a UK #1 hit for Lady Gaga, and E, the England question.
Yeah.
So we'll skip past A for the moment and go on to B. Stormont is home to the Scottish Parliament. You didn't think that was true. You think Stormont is in Northern Ireland.
Yep.
If it turns red, you made a good start. Is it true or false? It is false. You're absolutely bang on. Home of the Northern Irish Assembly. Sandown Park Racecourse is on the Isle of Wight. You said Sandown is on the Isle of Wight, but Sandown Park is on the mainland. You need this to turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. You're absolutely right. It's all in the detail, and you managed to pick it there. Very well done. It's actually in Surrey. Right, Vic Reeves was once married to Ulrika Johnson. You need this one to turn red if you're going to get halfway towards the money. Is it true or false? It is false. 3 questions down, Brian, and 3 questions away from £3,000. We get to E. England only scored 2 goals at the 2010 World Cup, but we're going to skip it because it's one of the two that you were worried about. And go to the last one. Alan Sugar is a former owner of Harrods. You thought about it, and then you thought no.
Yeah.
He's never owned Harrods, so it's false. We need this to turn red. Is it true or false? It is false. 4 out of 4, and you're flying along. Now, let's go back up to the top. You need this to turn green, to take you 1 away from the £3,000. If it turns red like the others, you go home with nothing. Poker Face was a UK #1 hit for Lady Gaga. Is that true or false? It's true. #1 hit in 2009. Now, Brian. It all comes down to the England team. Is an England team finally going to make someone happy?
Yeah. Let's hope so.
England only scored 2 goals at the 2010 World Cup. You thought about it. We all know they didn't score many. You said true. We need this to turn green. If it turns green, your Diane is going to be jumping up and down because she's getting a new kitchen. If it turns red, you're going home with nothing. Is it true or false for £3,000? It's false. It's false, I'm afraid. Do you know what? They scored 3 goals at the 2010 World Cup. That has to be, in history, the first time that England have ever upset someone by scoring too many goals. Brian, I'm so sorry for you. You played a great game, and you know what? It was one of the 2 that you were worried about.
Yeah, it was.
One of the ones you chose as well. You chose the sport. Yep. Cracking game, mind you. You didn't manage to achieve perfection. Usual suspects, that's good news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £4,000. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
£4,000. A lot of happy nodding up there. Brian, you failed to achieve perfection. You do go home with nothing, but thank you. You enjoyed playing the game?
I have, very much.
You played a cracking game. You're really unlucky. Yeah. Thank you very much, Brian, everybody. That's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £4,000. Remember, close isn't good enough. 5 out of 6 isn't good enough. On this show, we only pay for perfection. Goodbye.
Flexing his muscles with a pair of antique dumbbells, can David Barbie fight off the competition from Philip Serrell? The Antiques Road Trip is next on BBC Two.